So, welcome guys. Today we're talking about why most ICOs will fail. Or we're talking about it will be a series of studies, like as you've seen in my channel, some of these courses I've been doing. Now, it's on two tier, the business side of it and then the individual side of it. Now, why will many ICOs fail? Let's talk about the first thing is the business relationships. Now, one of the things that people don't realize most times is uh, that for anything to succeed, business, anything to succeed, a country, anything to succeed, that you have to understand the power of people. You have to understand people. That is why you cannot form a company. Facebook, for example, Facebook is not just a company because it's not just a strong company or a very competitive company or a company like Amazon simply because they have good tech. No, that is one of the reasons, or because they can actually market. No, they succeed because they have a lot of people in the company. They have psychologists, the people, there are people who study the human brain, human activity, human behavior. They have people like that. They have marketers, they have economists, they have lawyers, they have all these that actually encompass and makes the platform to actually work. So when you look at many ICO platforms, we're talking about business relationships. So relationships have to be there. So the first thing is the developers. So let's take for example, we're talking about a platform that okay, we're saying want to come with our own blockchain platform. So you see platforms like Arrowchain, Lisk, Icon. There are many platforms, blockchain platforms that you can actually Asian and many platform matrix, Elatos, and all that. So the question is, for the developer side of it, the platforms, are they easy for developers to actually integrate, or is the barrier to entry, what are the barriers to entry? Are the barriers to entry financial? Are the barriers to entry knowledge? Are the barriers to entry awareness? You want to consider those many stuffs. So the developers, who you look at the platform like Ethereum came first. Why is Ethereum blows on that? Why? Because Ethereum has an alliance. Ethereum has there are many companies, individuals, developers that are building and adopting the Ethereum's platform and building upon it. So why will many of them fail? Because many of them are building platforms that many of them did not even have developers who will build upon them, and many are not even doing much to actually get developers or educate developers who will build upon these stuff. That is one of the reasons. The second reason is the adopters. So the adopters, for example, you see platforms like they tell you that we want to rival Coinbase, or we want to rival PayPal, or we want to rival Amazon, or we are saying we're the eBay of cryptocurrency. So you don't even need to shop on eBay. We want to bring our own platform, for example, and all that. So the question is, or you see a platform like CI Coin, Storage, MadeSafe, all this Goldland, Sun. There are many platforms from cloud, decentralized cloud storage to platforms like Substratum, where you talk about web hosting. And then you talk about many platforms from payments to insurance to this. So the question is, the adopters problem. How many people who are even investing, either they invested, because when you talk about your project, when you talk about a cryptocurrency project like Electronium, for example, there are many people that could be involved in the system. They could be have people who are just investing and waiting for it to grow. And then there are people who could say, okay, well, I'm adopting Electronium or any of this cryptocurrency in my store. So the question is, the adopters, how many people are adopting this platform? Or platforms like Basic Attention Token, okay, how many people have downloaded the Basic browser? How many people are using the BAT token and all that? So the question is the adoption problem. Who are the adopters? We're not talking about tech developers who are building upon the system now. We're talking about the adopters. Who is adopting this program? who is adopting this project? Who is adopting it? So, for example, now, oh, Ethereum, we can create smart contracts. How many people are adopting this thing? How many businesses now are adopting smart contracts? So that is one of the things why it will actually fail. The other one is partnerships. Listen, we hear of the common thing that is being heard is decentralization in the cryptocurrency space. Listen, to build decentralization is very, very easy, but to enforce or to adopt decentralization, it is, I won't say it is impossible, but that is where the work lies. You can build a platform. You see Bitcoin today, it's after 10 years, the use of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has not really affected or given a threat to the mobile payments world. I'm telling you. I'm not saying there are no threats, but it has not really put these payment platforms, PayPal, MasterCard, Visa card, has not, out of all these cryptocurrencies you see, and many of them coming up, have not put any of them on their toes. There are little to no cryptocurrencies that are actually giving their non-blockchain competitors a tough time. Whether it is in this cloud storage domain, to Internet of Things, to this, that. There are very little platforms that are actually doing and pushing a lot of stuff. If you talk about most of the cryptocurrencies that are being brought from ICO'S to this and that, many of them are just coming and say, hey, Bitcoin is 7 transactions per second. We want to bring 1 million transactions per second. The question is, you want to bring 1 million transactions per second? Do you have a base? Are you just coming to struggle and see the people? How many people are using cryptocurrency on a daily basis? So those are some of the things you should be considering. The partnerships. So it's not really an easy stuff to actually push most of these platforms outside. Now, in the next video, we will be talking about the partnerships and all that, because let's take, for example, you create a smart contract on an oil exploration ring. So let's say, for example, there was an accident, something went faulty, because these are computers. Someone said, what is a computer? Computer is an idiot device. That's what someone said, because it only adds on what is is being fed to it. So if a wrong source fed something wrong to it, it will add, without saying, oh, this thing is wrong. No. So in an oil exploration ring, supposing there was a spill, and the spill was based on a smart contract that was acted wrong upon. So the question that should be asked now, who will be held responsible? Who will be held responsible? So we look at cryptocurrencies and many of these blockchain platforms. There are many platforms that are coming up, this and that. For the adopter side of it, you want to ask yourself again, the inheritance problem hasn't been solved. The inheritance problem. Supposing someone died, this is not lost private keys now. So supposing someone died, the inheritance problem hasn't been solved. It's lost. It cannot be. Or someone lost their keys. Has those problems been solved? They've not been solved. These are some of the problems that have not been solved. So you see a lot of platforms come, oh, We want to offer a payment system, this and that, this and that. No, 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 no. We want to offer a better, no, bring something that has practical and is disruptive. So I'll see you in the next video, even as we talk about partnerships. Hit the subscribe button, guys, and like this video.